Attention guests. If there is anyone here who has experience with aerospace technology, specifically upper orbit theme park gravitational control systems, please report to the main office immediately. Thank you.
Aloha everybody, and welcome to part 8 of my Let's Play of Sonic Colors. Sorry for the delay. I actually had a lot of busy stuff come up, and then I actually got my back injured and I had to lie down for a while. And if you're watching this LP months from now, after Colors is finished, you don't care about this, but I promise I will catch up as quickly as I can. And anywho, in order to get the first red ring, you have to go down here. In order to keep it, you need to get your way back up to the top. So you'll see I'm actually using those platforms as normal Sonic, dodging the ball spikes, and then at the very end I activated the Hover Wisp, because if you activate the Hover Wisp exactly where you got the capsule, you're not going to have nearly enough energy or time to make it back to where you came from, and then you'll just fall into a bottomless pit and die, and that's no good. But I love the Hover Wisp. I love the fact that you hold the jump button to levitate higher, you let go to go lower, and it can take advantage of all these light speed dashes. Like, you'll see a trail of rings, you'll activate the light speed dash, and then you'll just go along that trail and keep going and keep going and keep going until the trail runs out, which is always fantastic. I also like the theme song quite a bit, too. The great thing about using the Lightspeed Dash with Hover is that you actually don't run out of energy when you're using it. Like, when you're just floating around being regular old Hover Wisp, you'll see that your energy is going down a little by little by little. But when you actually activate a trail of rings and you start going along that trail of rings, then the energy will take its sweet-ass time, it will stay exactly where it is, and it won't go down at all. So here comes a huge trail, still full, still full, still full, still full. This is fun, I love this. I have over 300 rings, good lord! And only at the very end is it now burning the energy. Only now am I losing energy, so that's pretty fantastic. I just like having these 2D levels where you get to fly around, you know. You know what would be great for Sonic Colors? If I had the ability to play as Tails. You know, that Sonic character who can fly around in 2D levels? Oh, but no, he's too busy fiddling with his Wii U gamepad in order to figure out how the aliens are talking and stuff. I forgot. Just like in Sonic Unleashed, when he was too busy doing stuff in Professor Pickle's place. Because, you know, that was all about Sonic and Chip, and Tails was just there for the ride. Come on, Sonic Team, let Tails in on the action. And you're going to tell me in the next game that there's going to be 2 Tails, and both of those Tails aren't going to do anything, and it's just going to be Sonic? I mean, give us access to Miles Tails per hour. Come on, come on. But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. That was the final stage of the Wii version. That's Act 6, so the next stage would be the boss. So before we go on to the boss, now it's time to look at the DS version of Starlight Carnival. Still has 2 acts, a boss, and 3 bonus missions where we're going to be running into one of Sonic's friends. Who do you think we're going to meet? You probably already know, because it's probably already in the display picture. But either way... First up is Act 1 of Starlight Carnival, and this is not nearly as... It doesn't have that wow factor that the Wii version does, because you start off the Wii version and it's a big light show. It's a showcase of the graphics of the Wii, you know? You're running down this rainbow pathway and all these neon light shows are happening, and in the DS version, Act 1 takes place entirely inside of a spaceship. So it looks just like Death Egg Zone, or it looks just like Egg Rocket Zone from Sonic Advance, or something like that. It just looks like... Or is that Space Angel? Cosmic Angel. That's the thing. That's the thing. Cosmic Angel. Or was that Sonic Pocket Adventure? I'm a nerd! Either way, it just looks like any old space station in any other Sonic game. So you don't really get to see how exciting Starlight Carnival is in the DS version. But I digress. You're constantly launched into these shooters where you have to keep mashing B so that it will launch you somewhere. They do have these orb teleporter things, just like Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Like, you remember Oil Ocean Zone? Well, in Oil Ocean Zone, you would keep going into these shooters, and they would launch you to the next shooter, to the next shooter, to the next shooter, until eventually you got to your destination. And this level has stuff like that as well. So you can keep an eye out for that. Tons of multiple routes. And the Wisp, used prominently in this zone, is the Rocket Wisp. We've seen the Rocket Wisp quite a few times already in the Wii version of the game. I used it in Sweet Mountain. But it works exactly the same as it does in the Wii version. You push the button, it goes high, and then it reaches its destination, and then Sonic gets out of the rocket form, and he slowly free falls to wherever he's going. Like, that's the thing with the Rocket Wisp. You don't just land when you activate the Rocket Wisp. You don't just make a sudden drop, right? You actually free fall, and you slow down, and you actually get to guide Sonic and sort of glide around and slowly reach your destination and dodge ball spikes and all kinds of stuff, you know? So, that's the cool thing about the Rocket Wisp. You get to sort of slowly maneuver Sonic wherever you're going, but you can't really change its direction when you start launching. Like, again, you just push the Y button, and then it goes brrrr, and it just goes super high, and then it just goes until it hits the ceiling or until it runs out of energy, and that's pretty much it. Like, you don't control whether the rocket moves to the left or right. The DS version has a whole bunch of, like, swinging pads that if you hit the rocket into it, it will spin it around and make it go horizontal, but, like, that's pretty much it. And they work exactly the same whether the Wii or the DS version. So the rocket just goes up, then you free fall afterwards, and then that's how it goes, you know? I like that the Wisp names get yelled out by the announcer guy whenever you activate them, so it's like, Rocket! Laser! Spike! Burst! I don't know who that announcer guy is, but he is special. Unless it's the Wisps actually saying that, but then again, would the Wisps really be watching Sonic when he hits a ramp to go, good, great, amazing, outstanding? Either way, Act 2, we're actually outside, so we actually get to see the spaceships and all the light shows and stuff, so that's fantastic. But it's pretty much the same kind of level, you know? Wall jumping's a little bit weird in the DS version. Oh, there's Laser! Woo! We've seen Laser quite a few times in Tropical Resort, but, yeah, wall jumping in the DS version, you actually have to hold the direction that you're jumping to. Like, if you're holding right when you do the jump, you're just gonna hug the wall, but you have to, like, hold left when you're on the right wall, and then hold right when you're on the left wall in order to make, like, all these different jumps and stuff. And they always have, like, specific walls that you can wall jump to. Like, you can't wall jump between any surface in the DS version. It's only, like, the ones with, like, these yellow pads. So if you come up to a wall with yellow pads that is right next to another wall with yellow pads, then, you know you can wall jump in the DS version. Also, big tip with the Starlight Carnival level. There's a lot of crusher segments when you're using the Rocket Wisp, and you need to use the Rocket Wisp to get super high past those crushers. Always activate it when the crushers are closed, not when they're open. If they're open, when you launch up, they're going to crush you as you pass through. Always wait until the crushers are closed, then by the time you actually launch up, they'll open for you, and you won't get yourself crushed. And the rest of Act 2 is pretty basic. We're just standing on this whale float, which has a blowhole that does launch water that Sonic can be lifted by. And you can't really do anything when you're lifted by the water, so, like, all the bat guys can attack you. You can go with the higher platforms here. There'd be a red ring right next to my head, but I already collected the red ring. So, yeah. Like I said, I didn't delete my save file of Sonic Colors DS, because some of the red rings in this game are really annoying to look for. And there's no good guide for the DS version. There's plenty of guides for the Wii version. Like, you could look up a YouTube walkthrough of where the red rings are in the Wii version. But the DS version, hardly any guides, hardly any kind of visual information on where to find these red rings. And it's a pain in the ass to collect for the DS version. And I didn't want to have to recollect them, because some of them are just... Like, you'd literally have to boost off ramps and jump in order to reach, like, this open area, and it's just not my kind of collection, you know?
Hi.
Oh my god, it's Rouge the Bat! What are you doing here? I'm here on a job, cutie. Someone wanted me to check this place out. And who might that be? A lady never tells. Plus, it's client privilege. But enough shop talk. You up for a game? Well, all my other friends are making me play games. I may as well play one with you, Rouge. Alrighty, mission 1 is... You have to collect 200 rings. Didn't want to pass over that Rocket Wisp. What you're usually supposed to do is I hit the jump and then I boost as I'm at the tip of my jump, so that I just immediately run into the Rocket Wisp and then grind the rail instantly, but I screwed up, and it doesn't matter because I still got the S rank for this anyway. S ranks in missions are pretty tough. I mean, they generally want you to go down one specific pathway in order to get the S rank, because, like, I guarantee you if I was 4 seconds late, I would have got an A rank, so yeah.
Not half bad.
You always were good, Sonic. Now let's see you take care of the doctor. And what will you be doing? That's another secret, kiddo. Anyway, do your worst, boys. She's shady as ever. I wonder who else we're gonna run into. Wait, that sounds like... How's that? You give up? Eek, you brute! I can't believe you hit me! Didn't your mother ever teach you that violence doesn't solve anything? Quit your whining! You two have cheated me for the last time! Same as ever. Huh? Sonic? Oh, hello there, Sonic! Can the pleasant reason run, you idiot? They got away. Why are you here, Knuckles? Oh, no reason. Just out for a stroll. Right. So Eggman didn't trick you into another of his traps, then?
Shut up!
Oh, Knuckles, you knucklehead, why does this keep happening to you, man? Why are you so gullible? Why are you so dumb? Then again, having seen the Sonic Boom cartoon show, no, you're a genius compared to that, Knuckles, so... Now my jokes just seem mean, because there is way stupider out there. Oh my god, there is much stupider out there. Also, apparently in the comments section, a lot of you people think I sound like Orbot. Like, apparently I do a really good impression of Kirk Thornton's Orbot voice. So, I don't know what to think of that. Thanks? I don't personally think I sound like Orbot, but, you know, whatever. Like, I'm just doing a weird voice. I don't even think that's Orbotish at all. Don't look so down. So, Knuckles, how'd he trick you this time? He didn't trick me, okay? Yeah, but how did he do it? He didn't! Alright, yeesh, don't get mad. You guys are always so funny together. It's always funny making Knuckles feel insecure about his brain power. We're so good friends. Speak of the devil.
Hi.
I didn't know you were here, Knuckles. What? Ugh, the bat. You're not after the Master Emerald again, are you? Anything's possible. Well, you're not getting it while I'm around. They're too far to hear clearly, but it looks like they're arguing. Guess we should go break them up. Yo, Sonic! You chunk heaps again? Time for a new challenge. And in this mission, I have to destroy a certain amount of badniks with the Rocket Wisp. And, again, it's all time limit based. That's the thing I like about Sonic Colors in general with the DS version. You don't find me ever having to, like, spin in circles with the Drill Wisp. You don't find myself wasting time just collecting color bonuses. For the most part, S ranks are just time-based, you know? Just beat the level really, really quickly. There is score for collecting rings and for destroying badniks, I believe, but, like, it doesn't really matter, I find. It generally just matters to be fast. Like, even if you've seen a tool-assisted speedrun of the game, which does exist, and it's pretty fantastic, all the person playing did was beat the game super, super fast, and he got S ranks for everything, so, you know. Just be fast, basically, with the DS version. Stay out of it! This is Rouge, Sonic! She's gotta be up to no good! That's not very nice. I guess being tricked into coming here would make you an expert in deceit. I wasn't tricked, okay? I came here on my own. I guess it would appear that way. You trying to say something? Are you saying you didn't come here because of one of Eggman's letters? Ugh. Well, if you must know, I was the one who wrote that letter. Satisfied? Later, boys. Oh, Knuckles. Guess that means this time it was Rouge who tricked poor Knuckles. Don't let it get you down. At least you can still say it wasn't Eggman, right? Either way. So that was the DS version of Starlight Carnival. Come back for Part 9. We're going to be taking on the boss.